Because we didn't come home empty-handed
on Tuesday.
Yesterday from Ankeny, Iowa, from the Faith Baptist Eagles. What did we come home with, Matthew?
Shane, the Lightwell Insurance Advisors Cup.
Look at this thing. And welcome back to the official Emmaus Athletic Podcast. In the Nest. Woo, I'm your co-host. Shane Douglas here with Matthew Tomlinson, my man.
Yeah.
Man, that was a great bye week we had.
That was a great bye week. Unfortunate bye week, but
we very much planned and organized and scheduled bye week with all the communication to the public. And man, did you enjoy Hawaii? That's where you went? I went to Fiji. Just beautiful spots in our great land of the world to enjoy a bye week.
Big bye week.
Sorry, everybody. We did not record an episode last week.
Our bad.
Shane was ill and Matt was traveling for work.
I was in Colorado all week that week.
Which is very similar to Hawaii.
Very similar.
I was actually told Colorado is the Hawaii of the mountains.
Interesting. Okay. I mean, that's where all of like the big ski resorts are.
I'm actually I made that up. I made that up. So if you fell for that, you're gullible.
That's crazy.
But I love you. I do love you, Matt. And it's great to be back. So yes, I'm so sorry. We're sorry to the Ron family, the Rand family.
Andy Fessler,
so sorry you didn't get to sit on the couch and watch us right before bed.
We ruined really sorry. Everyone's week.
And to all the grandmas. We're so sorry. We mean it. We do mean it. So many people have came up to us in the last week and a half of what happened? What happened? Bye week. You guys earned it. You earned it. It was like, okay, thank you. You know, I don't think we did.
No, we didn't.
But thank you so much. And we love you guys. We love your support. So thank you for listening and tuning in. Of course, every week, making us a part of your day, your daily routine, either if that's in the restroom, in the shower, on the road,
on your drive
home from work,
night, whatever.
If your quiet time, you just need to listen to Matt and Shane. It's your quiet time.
Welcome to today's episode.
No, but we appreciate you guys. We love you so much. And thank you for bearing with us last week and the complications we had in the schedule. But we have a packed schedule, a packed episode.
Boy, do we.
Today. A lot of stuff has gone down, and it's been a fun week with family alumni weekend, homecoming weekend this last week, getting to see a lot of you, a lot of friendly faces, meeting new people, listeners of the show, supporters of the school of athletics. So hopefully you're joining us today, and we thank you. We love you guys. But it's like we said, Matt, it's been pretty busy.
We got a lot to talk about.
Pretty busy, especially.
I'm just gonna say, we haven't lost a game since our last episode.
Hey, Matt was actually saying this beforehand. He's like, Shane, I don't think we should come. I don't think we should.
Another bye week.
We need another bye week. I'm dead serious. But we're here.
We're here.
So if we lose this weekend,
it's our fault.
We're done.
I guess we
Podcast over.
Cut.
Dead serious.
Cut.
But what I will say, and a podcast cannot ruin this, is merchandise, is gold, is heavy, big objects that we do not idolize, but we love holding.
Yes.
And winning.
Yes. Shout out.
Because we didn't come home empty-handed
on Tuesday.
Yesterday from Ankeny, Iowa, from the Faith Baptist Eagles. What did we come home with, Matthew?
Shane, the Lightwell Insurance Advisors Cup.
Look at this thing. Look at this thing. It's huge.
Let's go.
So, spoiler alert. But Matt already said it. We are undefeated since our last episode, and we won. Sport. We had 2 games yesterday, and both the men's soccer team. Tuesday. That's right. We record on Wednesdays. We won.
We secured it for the first time.
Our men's soccer team, our women's volleyball team.
So backstory for those.
The bag.
2 years ago, we started a trophy that is sponsored by the Iowa National Guard Chaplains Association. First trophy we started was just men's basketball. And so gradually the hope was to continually add each sport throughout the next few years. And so we had 2 years with the men's basketball Chaplain's Cup trophy. And then now this year, they just added the Lightwell Insurance Advisors Cup because Lightwell insures both Emmaus and Faith. And so how it works is the first game that they played for this trophy, that school that wins gets to keep the trophy for the whole year. And then that home game the following year is when you fight for the trophy again. So fortunately, haven't brought the men's basketball cup home yet, but the women's volleyball trophy is ours for the year. Yes. Shout out to the Emmaus women's volleyball team.
Right there. Good job, ladies. You played great.
Yeah.
The women's team played great, and we're going to talk more about that throughout this episode. This is a beautiful thing. We'll keep this here to
reflect.
That's wild.
That's really reflecting on my forehead. Dang,
oh, that's crazy, man.
Yeah.
I need to get one of these for fantasy football. This is really nice.
You should.
They got like some nameplate stuff right here on the side, all the way around.
This is what is going to go to the Rams after they've been to every single game.
It's true.
For the
Kevin, you deserve this.
Yeah.
And then we got our logo right here.
Yep.
Shout out to Sharon Tomlinson.
Yep.
Who's working at Faith right now. She got our
help set this one up.
Correct athletic logo right there with the crest. With the crest.
Which looks so good.
Love that.
Yes.
Love that. This is beautiful. This is great. And I can't wait to get that basketball one here too. So shout out to Faith for helping put this together, for getting it rolling and giving it to us, honestly. So
well, we won it, but
I'm just fun and games, all fun and games. It's really cool that we're able to do this and good sportsmanship and good love with the Faith Eagles. And it's fun that we get to hold on to it for a year. And then we can welcome them back to our home court next year
for the next battle of the Iowa Eagles,
and hopefully we can hold on to it.
Yeah, but
it's better when you steal it from them. You know, like retaining it is cool.
Hopefully this year for basketball we'll get it back.
It's better when you just like it's mine now. But Faith hasn't had this. Like they haven't held on to this yet. Technically,
they
haven't earned it.
They just have the basketball.
So we're the only ones. We're undefeated with this trophy.
Yeah,
it's the first year. So either way, we got a long podcast. We just really wanted to show off this trophy, and a huge shout out to Coach Hannah and Coach Megan and the volleyball team for bringing this home and bringing a lot of excitement and energy to the campus.
In dramatic fashion, but we will talk about that later.
This is true. So for today's episode, we will recap a lot. There's so much to recap. So please get your drink, get your snacks right now. Turn the stereo up. Chill wherever you're at. Don't pause this or pause it now. Boom, and then go get whatever you need for this long episode. Don't know how long. We'll try to keep it short.
At a gas station, if you're driving, get a drink. Get back on the road.
Buckle it up and lay back. Be prepared for this long episode because there's tons to recap. And it's good stuff. Good stuff. Everybody coming home. Everyone being dogs these last 2 weeks. Dogs.
Like
the Georgia Bulldogs. Dogs.
Except they lost.
It's not dogs. It's dogs.
Dogs.
We've been dogs in cross country.
Ooh.
Dog. In volleyball. Ooh. Dogs. In soccer. Dogs.
Ooh.
And we're hoping to carry that momentum right into October. So that's what we're going to talk about this episode is the dog weeks.
The dog weeks.
The dog month. A lot of conference games. Lots of regional games. Not many anything else. We got 2 races left. 2 races left. And then nationals, which we've qualified. Spoiler alert.
Let's go.
We've qualified. We'll get to
dogs.
That. We're gonna look ahead at each individual sport.
RIP headphones.
We'll shout out. I know. We'll shout out to Alumni Weekend. Talk about that a little bit. We got an amazing event happening on our campus today, Thursday, and Friday and Saturday. Discover Emmaus weekend. And then we got some stats of the week. Stats of the week brought to you by our sponsor Matthew Tomlinson and his mathematic brain of his. This guy's actually really good at math. Like we went shopping earlier for due, and I asked him actually it was a simple math question. I could have figured it out, but I was too lazy, so I just asked him, and boom, 102, Shane. There's 102. So,
well, shout out my dad who started the math program here. He was also our bus driver for 8 years for athletic teams.
Well, dog week, cross country.
Ooh-wee.
Tell them about it, Matt. Tell them about it.
Shane Douglas, man. Like you said in our last episode, that our team, we did, but you led the way, that they would qualify for nationals.
Easy.
And Shane, you know what happened?
Easy.
Every single guy ran fast enough to individually qualify for nationals.
Dogs.
Which rarely happens. And so thus everyone individually qualifying, the team qualifies. So Shane, first time in Emmaus cross country men's history, we qualify for nationals.
And the women did not race. The women did not race
because they've already qualified.
Yes.
But that's not even the best thing, Shane.
What's the best thing, Matt?
Benjamin Driscoll, our freshman, broke the Emmaus school record by over 1 minute. 1 minute.
And he's like, 1 minute doesn't sound like a lot for you listeners. In the cross country world, in the running world,
that's a lot.
To cut off 1 minute after running your fastest is insane.
Ridiculous.
You go run your fastest mile and then try to cut off 1 minute. It's not going to happen. It's not.
Nope.
Because these young men and women are trained professionals in the cross country world, and they are dogs.
Dogs. So Ben broke the Emmaus school record at 29 minutes and 17 seconds. But also,
it's fast.
Matthew Hanselman, who also PR'd, was 3 seconds off of breaking that school record as well. He ran 30 minutes and 20 seconds. And also that race, Sam Stapley PR'd, and he ran 31 minutes and 19 seconds.
Just dogs there.
They went out, they showed out, and the best part is they outran 2 NAIA schools, so runners on scholarship, and they ran faster than 3 Division III teams.
Don't say that too loud, because then they're gonna want to get money and NIL.
That's crazy.
And I don't know how that works here.
That's
honestly.
crazy.
But dogs. Either way, dogs. And to top it all off, Matt.
Yes, Shane.
This was down in Missouri.
Yes. Right? In 90-degree weather.
It was 95 degrees out.
95-degree weather.
95 degrees
That's
out. I'm like
tough.
Looking like
a
politician
coyote,
like this.
I guess, right?
Oh yeah, that too.
Yeah.
95 degrees outside on a tough track.
That's crazy.
And you're beating the school record and you're PRing and you're
in 95
just dogging it out. I love it.
That's why it's so exciting that this weekend.
Yes.
30 degrees cooler.
It's true.
Most likely.
And that's something we're going to get to is coming up for our cross country team and the race looking forward. But I'm really excited, Matt, about our men's team, our women's team heading in. We only have 2 more races, I believe, left. And then we have regionals, which we are hosting.
Yep.
That's like to look forward for next week.
I'm excited.
Next week's episode, which we'll get into that more.
Yes.
Maybe we'll even run through the teams, give you like a little brief
or run
of
with the teams.
What to look for. Huh?
I said, or run with the teams.
Okay, there's so many puns here that are just not.
Sorry, bye week was a busy week.
What?
I said bye week was a busy week.
Yeah, sure. Either way, women's team is rested. They're healthy, ready to go.
Yep.
They're racing this weekend.
Yep.
So both teams are racing this weekend. Great warm up for our regional.
But they're running a 6K, so times will be a little skewed.
The women are?
Yes.
Okay. Men are running 8K.
Yep.
And I guess as a recap, this race is in Cedar Rapids. So if you're an alum, you're a supporter of the school, you
Seminole Stampede.
We're racing in Cedar Rapids. Make a trip there.
It's a morning race.
Support the Eagles. And the best part is we talked to previous racers, the current racers who have ran this track.
Coach Girardi's.
Yep. And it is a very runner-friendly
Historically,
track.
It is a fast race, which is exciting.
Very runner-friendly course, which we are really looking forward to. And if we can, I feel like we haven't seen the ceiling.
No, we haven't.
You know, the true potential from our men's team and women's team.
Which is crazy because the guys right now are 11 seconds out of second place.
Yeah, you said that earlier.
Because
that was nuts.
It's Bob Jones, North Central, and then us by 11 seconds.
And Bob Jones is looking really good this year.
Bob Jones has won.
That's the team to look out for.
Fact checkers can fact check, but they've won like a lot in a row.
Yeah. So Bob Jones, they won nationals as a team, and
they had the first
they did not
racers last year.
They didn't.
No, they had wore the first 5, I think.
Yeah, they did not win individually.
Nope. Some guy from Ozark did.
Yep. But they swept the competition, if you could, in cross country when it comes to team finishing. They score. We'll talk about this more when it gets to nationals, but they score based off of the place you finish and then add in that total to your team total. And they were in. I think they finished with 24 points. Second place was in the 80s.
It's crazy.
Wild. So Bob Jones is the team to beat, and we have the talent. We have the young men and the young women, and that's just the men's times. But women is just as tough. But we have the team, dude. We have the roster to compete. And I am excited for this race this weekend to see what Ben and Matthew and Sam and Caleb and Christian and our new racer Daniel. So,
especially because this was their first 8K of the year.
Yes.
So like most other schools have already run 2 to 3 8Ks, and that was our first 8K first time. So, like you said, there's some good things coming.
It's hard to see it with this massive trophy in a way.
Oh man, I can't believe we won it.
We're just making light of it, guys. Yeah. We're not. It's pretty empty inside, and it doesn't give us any, glory.
Nope. Or it's just a cool knick-knack.
I feel like I can bend it really easily.
Hopefully not.
It's really nice. Thank you, Faith.
Well, thank you, our girls, for bringing it home. But
Jesus is better than silver.
Shout out to the soccer team for their great chance yesterday.
This is true. Either way, back to cross country though. Really looking forward to what they're able to do. We got new Daniel, seeing what he can do. Daniel, he's a talker, and he's been saying he's gonna beat Benjamin, and he's like, I'm gonna beat Benjamin's record, which is the school record, and I'm like, okay, Daniel. So we're gonna have an over under for Daniel. We won't talk about that on the podcast. That's just gonna be like a friendly wager. But also with the women's team, cross country team, we haven't really been healthy and haven't really ran a lot.
We haven't. They haven't run in 3 weeks?
I know they've had a long break, so really looking forward to see Kate and Anna, the dynamic duo, be able to compete this weekend together, healthy, hopefully. Not really stressed out. I know Anna's in a nursing major, so she might be a little stressed. She has a bunch of clinicals and stuff at the end of this week. But what they are able to accomplish as a duo, being healthy.
Yes.
Because Kate wasn't healthy in her first race, and it was really tough.
Second race, really.
But Augie Christensen has been killing it.
She's thrown herself in there.
Bria has been really making those. Bria Teldo's been making those steps alongside them.
So has Riley Rath.
So really love that. And then all around, the team as a whole is not healthy.
No. Alice Hanselman hasn't been able to run at all.
Or Will Coranda.
Will Coranda hasn't been able to run at all. So,
and we have no idea
I don't even think that Abby Mass has run at all yet. So this team looks nasty. They look really, really awesome. And there's so much potential and so much hype around this young team moving forward for next year, for the years to come. Especially if Will's able to get healthy, Lord willing. If Alice is able to get healthy, Lord willing. And bringing back these runners and these student athletes. Yes,
it's going to be great. Fantastic. Great for cross country, even better for the campus and our community here at Emmaus. So shout out cross country, love you guys.
Who, by the way, put on a very good 5K and kids run during alumni homecoming weekend this past week.
Yeah, and that was a good time.
That was
actually
great time.
Yeah. Who won that?
Did they keep count?
I don't know. I heard it was a controversial finish. So that's why I don't know. With that said, though, cross country, there's so much to talk about with after this race. Really looking forward to see what they're able to accomplish with a friendly course for the runners.
So definitely keep an eye out,
please, for
the standings, because I think this event also does the live time capture, so keep your eye on that.
That's good. So yeah, also, with that said, just keep an eye out on our social media, on YouTube, on Instagram, Facebook, whatever you do use, for updates of our cross country team, when they're racing, how to watch, how to keep track, and for the finished final times, to see how they did. And you can always rewatch this podcast, listen to the numbers of what they were able to finish from the previous race, or even look at the previous post from that to see how they match.
Yes.
So, love you, cross country. Moving on. Women's volleyball. Dogs, Matt.
Dogs.
Right here. This is honestly all we need to really show you and talk about is this trophy. But then Jenica and Caitlin would still kill us for not talking about them. So.
Volleyball. Yes.
Are you good,
Sorry,
man?
I was
You're like being... Dude, stop it.
So volleyball. So yes. So since we recorded last episode, volleyball is 4-0.
Mm-hmm. Bringing their total record to 9-4.
Which is awesome. Best start since 2018. Mm-hmm. So recapping the 4 wins from this season so far. So 2 weeks ago, 2 Saturdays ago, they traveled over to Moody in Chicago and played them. So they had previously beat them 3-0 a couple weeks prior to that. So they played them, ended up winning 3-0.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Pretty handily. I think the second set was like 25-6 or 25-5. So they took care of business. Bev and Kate had some double-digit kills in that match. And then for homecoming, they played Maranatha last Friday. And so that was a good game. Sayla had double-digit kills. Didn't play as well as we wanted to, but still took care of business and beat Maranatha for the first time ever at Emmaus.
Which was epic.
Which is exciting.
During homecoming weekend, the gym was packed. It wasn't hot like it was last year, which is awesome. We were very well prepared.
Yes.
The floor wasn't sweating.
No, it wasn't
it didn't mess up any of the teams.
Nope.
And it was an even playing ground for a home team against an away team as usual.
Because 2 years ago, it was an epic match. It was awesome. Maranatha ended up pulling out in extra points in the 5th set. But this year, girls took care of business and won 3-0. And then turned around Saturday and played CCCB, this is their first year with the volleyball program in quite some time, and took care of business, played well, won 3-0, which was really good. And then Tuesday, as you can see from the trophy we've already talked about, crazy game against Faith. Faith is receiving votes, so they have received votes to be in the coaches poll in the top 10, and we took the first 2 sets, Shane. And then it got a little scary in the next 2 sets. Faith won set 3 and won set 4
by
a lot. It was even. It was 25-20, 25-23. We won, and then third set they won 25-15. And it was like, okay, we've been in this position before, but it got a little nervous. But then the girls in set 5
took care of business.
Enough is enough, and they won set 5, 15-6.
Yeah,
which was awesome.
Yep.
Huge moment for the girls.
Yep.
Kate and Sayla had double-digit kills. I think they had 24 or 25 kills combined. No, sorry. They had 34 kills combined, which was crazy. That was huge. So that took them 4-0 in the last 2 weeks. Still undefeated in regional play.
Yes.
Still undefeated in conference play, Shane.
Which we are 3-0 in conference, beating Faith, Central, and Calvary. And then we're 3-0 in region, beating Moody twice and Maranatha. So, and that's something to look forward, and we'll get to that of the rest of this month of October, which we do have 9 remaining games, Matthew. All conference, all region, no funny business.
No funny business.
So, really looking forward to that. We have Faith, Calvary, Ozark, Manhattan, and Barclay left, which Manhattan is the powerhouse to look out for. That's
currently ranked number 1.
Going to be a really fun match to see our young team play against a very strong and experienced Manhattan team that won nationals.
Lost in the championship.
They lost against
Bob Jones.
That's right. Which is wild. Which is crazy.
It is. Which by the way was I think Bob Jones' 6th or 7th consecutive national championship. I was telling you this morning, if you look at it.
It's almost like I want Manhattan to win at that point.
If you look at the national champions in volleyball since 2006, like we talked yesterday, 4 schools have won a national champion.
And one of them is closed.
One of them closed. Yep.
So I was like, what the heck?
Yeah.
But volleyball team is looking great going into this month of October. For any football fans, this is playing lights out in the months of December, right? That's like playoff picture month. This is when you need to win the games. You win in December. It's important. Going into January, going into playoffs. This is it right here, October. This is
big month.
Even including cross country, be able to have a great race this weekend, momentum going into regionals, which you need to go into nationals to really see where you set yourself up with the rest of the teams. Women's volleyball, same thing. Seeing where we fall within our conference, within our regions. Conference is going to be tough. We got Manhattan in there. Faith is tough. We saw what they were able to do this last weekend. A lot of the other teams are well. Regionals, open story, open book. Anyone's. And honestly, we'll probably say the same thing for soccer when we get to that. But it's going to be a crazy month, guys. Like, please.
Ridiculous.
Stay. Like, if we needed a bye week, it was last week. Because we can't take one for the month of October.
Like, if you haven't watched anything, watch this month because great competition and very, very meaningful competition.
So yesterday's match, or Tuesday's match against Faith, was huge for our girls and something that they have been able to really show so much maturity and growth this year is finishing games. Which you can argue, which is that we should have won in 3. In a lot of the matches, not just against Faith, but this season. Spurgeon, both games.
That was the third time we've won the first 2. Lost the next 2. But pulled it out in set 5.
So, which we were able to do by a large margin against Faith, but Faith also outscored us in points.
Because of those set 4 and set 3.
But we play them again. Here, home court. A couple weeks is going to be awesome. Looking forward to that.
Let's go.
We look forward to everything. Come on, that's like our word. Is looking forward to it.
Can't wait.
I can't wait till we win nationals. So when is I don't know.
We need more
maybe this year. I don't know.
We'll see. I don't know.
But no, finishing games. There's so much growth as a team, as an individual, as a community, a sisterhood for our women's team to be able to finish those tough matches. To be able to put up 2, needing one more game to win, one more set to win, and then losing the next 2 really hurts.
That really hurts. So losing, like being up 2-0 and getting it tied, like dropping 2 in a row, that is hard. Like that is so like debilitating. Like how do you come back from that? But like you said, they've been able to do that 3 times this season. Not to be
a Chris McHugh, Coach Chris McHugh. He loves using sports references. That's being the Atlanta Falcons in the Super Bowl against the New England Patriots. What is it? 28-3. You're up 28-3 at halftime, and then letting them come back. How are you able to finish that game? Falcons weren't able to, and of course that was like the main stage, like the biggest game of the year. And these are just regular season games, right? But how are you going to be able to close it? You got to close. Right, so that's something our girls are going to are working on. The coaches are preaching, and here's the thing: we have the right coaches,
we do,
and we have the right players,
we do,
to be able to finish and close these games, and to bring home trophies, and to bring home banners, and we have this year, we have next year.
And this team, like you said,
and the year after,
this team is so young. So trying to figure out how to win still. Like they're still trying to figure out how to win. Which is scary because if it comes to, regionals and conference, and then next year, like, it's
looking good.
They're going to be, scary.
It's looking good. We're still very young.
We are.
And there's so much.
We have one senior.
There's so much experience that this team has already have gone through. Have received. So, man, they're scary, and they're going to make a huge national push this year.
I can't wait.
And these girls can do it. These girls can do it. They got the confidence. They got the swagger. They got the skill. They have the right teammates, the right players, the right coaches.
And regionals, like you said,
it's open,
wide open.
Anyone's game,
wide open.
Anyone's game. Great Lakes took it last year, correct?
Grace.
Grace took it. Man, I'm so wrong with all these. I'm getting everybody mixed up. It's tough with all these names. Great Lakes and Grace are both in Michigan, and they both start with G.
Same school colors, basically, too.
Yeah, my gosh. And then you got to figure out the soccer and the volleyball stats, and then you got basketball. Ugh, it's tough, guys. Our job is so difficult.
By week.
By week.
But yeah, it is wide open.
Very wide open. So there's a new format for a conference. I know we said it was a long podcast, and it's going to be long. New format for conference for everybody. So any new listeners, anybody who has ever been confused about volleyball or about our athletic world.
Shane, I'm confused. Can you tell me a little bit about
it? Yes, Matthew. So we are part of you can say a higher conference and higher athletic division called NCCAA. Not the NCAA, but add a C.
Extra C.
Extra C, which is Christian.
The National Christian College Athletic Association.
So we are essentially what he said, just adding the Christian to the NCAA is what we are in, and we are Division II.
Yep.
So what does that mean? Is all it means is we just play against Division II schools. We are equivalent to a D3 school in NCAA for skill level, but D3 is literally like super broad within skill level. There's really great D3 schools, and then there's really bad D3 schools. Okay, we're in the middle.
Yep.
And it's honestly some years those great D3 schools aren't good, and they're the really bad ones. So it's always changing.
Yep.
And that's the same here. And we have witnessed that within some of our sports programs through COVID, through change of leadership, through change of athletes, priorities is going up and down that scale. This is too much. So we compete in the NCCAA D2, and we are in the Midwest region, which consists of Kuiper, Cougars, Great Lakes Crusaders, Grace, is it Lions? Tigers, Bears, oh my. Moody Archers, Maranatha Sabercats, Saber Kitties. I'm joking, guys. And it's just fun play. And then us, the Emmaus Eagle Dogs. And we have regional play. And then we have conference play. And the conference we're in is the MCCC, which is Midwest
Christian College
Conference.
And what's cool is the Midwestern Christian College Conference, there are 3 National Christian College Athletic Association regions that are a part of the Midwestern Christian College Conference.
So all the teams that we play in our conference are also in the same division of NCCAA. We just have a conference with them on the side to have more for sure regular season scheduled games and also a competition for competition
because
for banners.
Originally, not all of the NCCC teams were part of the NCCAA.
Yeah.
We weren't for a while, and then we came back. So, yes.
So we compete on 2
fronts.
And we have, when we talk about conferences and regionals, this is what we're talking about. Regionals is with the NCCAA, conference is with MCCC. So we're both 3-0 in both standards. And we are in the north. And the thing is, focus on conference for a little bit. Man, this is like so much mathematics.
Scroll in.
You might have to rewind this. Really focus here, guys. If you just like were driving
on 0.75 speed.
Yeah.
NC.
My goodness.
Tough.
So this year for our volleyball teams, they split up. There's 7 schools, 7 athletic programs are in the MCCC.
Yes.
They split those up into a north and a south region to help travel and help scheduling. So the north region, which is us, consists of Emmaus Bible College, the Emmaus Eagles, the Faith Eagles, and the Calvary Warriors.
Yep.
So we will play Faith twice. This is the first kind of time we played them this year. They'll come and play us again. And we will play Calvary twice as well, which we've played them once already. And we say all this because we have this whole month, there's going to be a lot of conference play. And we want you to know the new format, what it means. So both games against Faith will count towards our conference record. which our conference record will be important for seeding.
Yep.
And regionals is typically changing. In the past, they've done power rankings for standings, but sometimes some have decided to do the.
I think soccer is different.
Regular
but volleyball
season
will probably be the same
record. Yeah.
Yes.
So we'll talk more about this when we get later into October, but just a little bit of context for you as we go out throughout the next couple weeks of these episodes, talking about conference and regionals, and talking about seeding because it's extremely important. Extremely important. So, but yeah, we just need to be able to finish those games.
We do
Be able to finish and close. But it's a huge month for volleyball, and we're looking forward to it. Like we said, 9 games, most conference and most regionals. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be really tough.
It's gonna be fun.
It's gonna be super fun. But this weekend we have a lot of games with volleyball, right?
We do, and it's all 3 regional games. So we play Great Lakes Christian College tomorrow to kick off Discover Emmaus weekend, and then they travel up to Maranatha to play a tri-match against Maranatha and against Kuiper.
Boom.
So
because one of our Kuiper games was postponed earlier this season.
Yep.
But
canceled.
Yeah. True.
Yeah.
But we were able to still play them.
Yep.
Yeah. And then that leaves one more regional game, Grace.
2 weeks, right?
In 2 weeks.
Yep.
Which will be also a very important game. So if you win,
it has implications on the showdown for regional championship.
If we win conference, we get a banner. If we win regionals, we get a banner, but we go to nationals.
Yeah.
To compete for a national championship for the NCCAA. So that's what we're competing for.
Yep.
We're competing for a national championship with the NCCAA through regionals, and we're competing for banners for our MCCC conference. So that's what's on the line. We haven't had a banner for conference since 2018, ladies and gentlemen.
2020. Women's basketball had one in 2020.
Did they? No, they didn't.
Yeah, because they made it to nationals that year.
You're right, because I was still a student.
Yeah.
That's right.
But soccer and volleyball haven't had anything since 2018.
Yes.
Same with men's basketball.
And then men's basketball has one for regionals.
2022.
Yes. So that's the last banner we did put up is in 2022. But so we're banner hunting.
Yeah,
we're banner
we
searching.
could use one.
And speaking of banners, soccer. Soccer is in a
very good spot.
Great spot to earn a banner.
Yes, they are.
And we'll get to that real quickly. So soccer.
They are on a roll.
Bring out those brooms because we swept Faith this year. First time in school history since 2016. So Faith, they have always been a great sibling school of ours. We love them so much, and we love competing against them. It was a physical match with our men's soccer team against Faith the other week, or actually not the other week, 2 days ago, Tuesday.
And the other week, but especially 2 days ago.
They've been dominant the past couple years against us. Our soccer program has either been just really restarting since Coach McHugh took over, but also just sometimes we don't have the roster.
Last year we split with them. I think the year before they either won both or we tied. I can't remember. But yeah.
So Faith is always good.
Yes.
They're always good. So it's always an accomplishment when we're able to beat them even this once. So last year we split. This year we swept. And that's awesome. So, but thank you, Faith, for being such good sports and a great sibling school to us. And not holding back. They never hold back.
Nope.
They're like our kryptonite, man. I was saying it.
We take it out on each other.
It's tough.
It's always doesn't matter. It doesn't matter like what the records are. Like that's always like the toughest game of the year because we play the hardest against each other.
It's true. It is so true, man. That is
crazy.
It doesn't matter. Like honestly, we could be
it could be a 10-0 team versus an 0-10 team, and it's still going to be a good game.
And the 0-10 team could definitely pull through a win. So always fun with that. Something that we did miss last week in the men's soccer game. Oh, some recap. Do you get the recap for men's soccer?
So we are 3-0 since last podcast. So huge. So we had a 2-0 victory against Ozark down in Joplin. They traveled down there and played. Josh Matt scored the only goal that we scored because Ozark had an own goal. But with Josh's goal that game, that became his 20th career goal at Emmaus, which is an awesome accomplishment.
That's awesome. Stat of the week.
And then last weekend, we played Kuiper, who was receiving votes. And what a game that was, because Kuiper had just come off a 1-1 tie against Grace, who was the 3rd ranked team in the country, who's also another regional team.
They won regions last year.
They won regionals last year, went to nationals. But Shane, we had such a cool thing that happened against Kuiper.
What happened, Matt?
Shane, we had the Matt trick.
The Matt trick.
The Matt trick.
We talked about
We
it.
did.
We talked about it, and it happened.
It actually happened.
What the heck?
Goals from Louis, from Jake, and from Josh.
Awesome.
Crazy.
Man, Louis in the first half, and then Josh and Jake in the second.
It was so exciting.
Ooh.
Against a good Kuiper team, too. And then Tuesday, we played Faith again and defeated them again 1-0.
Oh, no.
Jake scored in the 85th minute, so both of our wins have come late in the game. So it's crazy. We've had Tucker and our defensive line has had 4 consecutive shutouts. 4. And that is Tucker's league leading 5th shutout of the season.
Jameson Wilson.
Jameis Wilson. Eat
Jameis
that W.
Yeah.
So Tucker's having such a crazy year.
He is.
5 shutouts this year. 5 clean sheets.
74 saves, right?
Crazy. Something like that. Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Which is wild.
And we were looking at stats today with Tucker, and we talk about Tucker a lot. He's a great goalie. And
Shout out Tucker.
And it's crazy with he has allowed the most, or I think third
for save percent. Like he's allowed, but he's like has an 88% save percentage.
Yeah,
which is crazy.
So he's allowed like the 3rd most goals, but he has the best percentage. He has the most goals saved, and so it's crazy. It doesn't
cool
kind of make sense, but it does.
Yeah.
So that's awesome.
It is.
I mean, that's
5 shutouts.
And
Ridiculous.
the thing is, I mean, our record reflects when you have a great keeper and you have a great back line. Shutouts.
Yeah,
Clean sheets.
So 3 wins gets us to what? 6-2-1 on the season?
Yes. 6-2-1.
6-2-1, which is crazy.
Which that
can you
one
tell
is
us
tough.
a little bit about conference and regionals for men's soccer?
Yeah, so this is really cool, Matt. And with conference this year, especially conference this year, it's weird. So we talked about how there's 7 teams in the MCCC, that athletic teams that compete. This year, Calvary Warriors do not have a team, sadly. We hope that they're able to replenish their
Squad
their
next
roster and be able to compete. With that said, we have 8 games left. 8 games left for the Emmaus soccer team. And let me tell you this, man.
Okay.
They are so confident. They're confident. They're not cocky. They're confident, and they are together.
Which is
Which is important.
We've
seen
important.
Matt and I definitely have seen. We've been here a while, and we've seen so many teams, lots of skill, lots of talent within our teams that just aren't together.
2018 men's basketball banner team my senior year.
See, it's just they don't come together. They there's conflict or maybe some drama. We're being completely transparent, and that happens sometimes when you play. Like
almost every team.
Someone might be like, "I'm better than them. Let me play." Or why does they get the ball? Or what's going on? Pass me the ball. So much happens, and
I'm a better co-host. Oh, sorry, I was kidding. But it happens, and I'm proud of this team, like you said, because
they're together.
They are together,
and it's been a tough year. A lot of different roster changes, some injuries,
big injury.
We haven't. It was really tough to find an assistant coach this year. Losing Eric Rasmussen from this following year. So rest in peace to Eric.
R.I.P.
Man, he's okay. He's in Minnesota with his family.
He moved away. Yeah,
but that's wild. But yeah, so them being able to be together, come together in October, the month of October, the NFL December, man, it's scary, and I'm loving it.
Yes,
I'm loving it. McDonald's. Thank you. So for conference play,
not sponsored.
We only have 2 games left to play in conference.
Okay,
and we are 3-0.
We're 3-0 in conference.
3-0 in conference, and this year for conference, like I said, because Calvary's not playing, there's 6 teams, and for the format they're playing this year is the top 4. And I think this is what they're going to use every year. Only the top 4 teams make it to conference. The rest do not compete. They can go compete in their region for NCAA, but for conference, they're only taking the top 4 teams for a semis to a championship game and giving that banner to that champion. So we have 2 games left, and they are the very last 2 games of the regular season, Matt, for conference play. Okay. One against Manhattan, who we lost to.
to go to the championship.
Last year, which Faith
in PKs.
Faith ended up winning.
Yep. In PKs also.
In PKs against Manhattan.
Yeah.
So we play Manhattan the 25th of October for regular season play.
Because real quick, we play Ozark also, but we already played them, and that game counted. So this Ozark game counts as our overall schedule, but not for our conference.
This is true. So we are 3-0. We've defeated Ozark, Central, and Faith. That's where we're 3-0.
Twice, but only one game counts.
So we're leading right now in conference as the number 1 seed. Technically, right?
Yep.
But we got that last weekend.
Yes.
Ozark is mathematically eliminated already from conference play, being 0-4, and then Central is on the edge.
If they lose one more game,
defeat.
they're done.
Yes. So they're on the edge of elimination. CCCB Central, which is going to be tough. But pending what happens with Manhattan, we could be going into our last regular season game against Barclay, who has been a powerhouse this year, ranked. I don't know what they're ranked right now, middle of the pack right now in top 10, but they will be ranked in the top 3 in the next power rankings coaches poll because they have been dogs this year.
Dominating.
Barclay has had a new roster, a facelift, and they look good. They look good. So we only played them once in the regular season, last game of the season, and it's a banner game. It could be.
If we take care of business in Manhattan going into that Barclay game,
it's a banner.
Winner of that game. If we beat Manhattan, winner of that game will win the regular season conference champion.
And it's going to be really tough. Super tough. Possibly we might be one of the only rosters in our conference that's able to compete with them. Manhattan's already lost to them.
5-1.
Central has lost to them twice. Pretty handily, and Ozark has. So Faith has not competed against them. So they compete against them soon.
The day before.
The day before. Yes. So we're not sure what's going to happen. But right
it could
now,
be a crazy week.
Yeah, right now, conference looks pretty set with the 4 teams. Just where do they stand
with Faith, Emmaus, Barclay, Manhattan?
Yes, and all of this to say. Of course, the week before this, before these games, is an episode that we will talk about this more, and we'll probably have more information going into it for sure. But we're preparing you for October. That's going to be the title. I already know it. Will, mark it. That's the title. Preparing for October, right? Conference and regional play.
He's going to put down, Will, this is the title. Prepare for October.
So and then going into, be ready for conference. Yes. It's going to be wild. 2 games left for conference. End of the season, out of the 8. Now the remaining 6 are majority, if not all.
Besides the Ozark game.
Yes, we play Ozark again.
But it doesn't. We play Ozark again. It counts to our regular season record, but not for our conference standings because we've already played them twice, which we kind of talked about in volleyball. Sometimes if you play teams twice, only one game counts. But yeah, so we have Ozark, we have Ozark, we have Manhattan, we have Barclay left, which leaves then 5 other games.
Yes. So we will play. We have 3 left for region, and this year for region, they're not going off of power ratings. They're going off the your
head-to-head
record, head-to-head record. So we have played 2 games. And we have 1-1 against Kuiper, 3-0. And then we drew against Maranatha, 1-1, or 2-2. But that game does not count.
Ooh, but the game
towards
when we play
regions. That's what I was told. This is what we were told.
Yes.
And if there's a correction, we will tell you in the next episode. So right now we're technically 1-0 in region play. And next weekend,
Tuesday,
we play against Maranatha. And then the next week.
Yes.
Which we can talk about because
we can talk about that. We have Oak Hills on tomorrow.
Yes.
Right? Tomorrow. And then, so they're not region, not conference, but they are an NCAA game.
Yep.
And then, then like you said, the game that counts against Maranatha is a home game next Tuesday.
Ooh.
And then the showdown next week.
Showdown weekend, man. This is insane. This will
be a crazy weekend.
Going to Michigan. Who are we playing?
We're playing Grace and we're playing Great Lakes.
Both powerhouses in soccer in our region in pretty much every sport. So really,
again, Grace ranked 3rd in the nation, but they also lost to Maranatha 1-0. So it's like
and
like
drew against Kuiper.
It's so weird. It's wide open.
Yeah,
this regions for soccer. It's like literally anybody can win.
Because and this is what we were referring to. Is
anybody.
This whole season, because we don't know We can watch some of the film, but we always look at head-to-head record. And this whole region and conference and teams that we play that matter,
knocking each other around.
yeah, it's like you'll play one team, you'll beat them 8-0, and then they'll go play a team that you lost to 2-1.
Yeah, it's like,
and then they'll beat them. It's like, what is going on?
It makes no sense.
So,
but it's also exciting because literally we'll show up to the regional tournament. Anybody could come out as victor.
Anyone. So there's no powerhouse team other than kind of Barclay right now that has really made their presence known. But within our region, nobody has been like, look at us, we're the best. So Kuiper could take it in region. Grace could take it again. Who knows, right? It could be our year.
Emmaus.
And this is the thing. I say this every time. I've said this to the guys. McHugh has quoted me on this. Is we don't got next year. We have this year.
We don't got next year. It's this year.
For all of our sports.
The roster, and we have the talent chain.
For all of our sports.
For this year to be the year.
This isn't just soccer.
No, this is
for women's volleyball.
This is cross country. Yeah. This is
keep it fall,
women's volleyball. Okay, this is soccer and women's volleyball.
And cross country.
And men's basketball and cross country.
Sure, yeah. This is all of our sports.
Yes.
We have this year. Right? We don't know what's going to happen next year, who we're going to lose. We have people graduating for sure.
But the talent right now.
This year. We know what we got this year. The men's soccer team, they know what team they have this year, which is a team of dogs. The women's volleyball team,
shutouts.
They know what they got this year, a team of dogs.
Yeah.
The men's and women's cross country team, they know what they have this year.
Dogs. Fast dogs.
What are we going to do with that?
What are we going to do with it?
How? What is going to show in the gym? In on the record book for the 2024 season for the Emmaus athletic teams, what's going to show? Is it going to be blank, or is it going to show something? And we only have it this year. We don't got it next. So, month of October is looking tough, but our team
is also looking tough.
All of them are looking tough. They're looking really good.
Yes,
we got some banner games possibly coming up, and we have a tough road and season month of October for the volleyball team, soccer team, cross country.
And this is the time when you need to be rolling, and they are. So that's what's super exciting, Shane.
Got the momentum.
What's super exciting.
We got that momentum. So
let's go. Nothing
else to really add to that. Just really looking forward to region and conference. Really making it's kind of blurry right now, but the shape is going to form as we go further into October of where we stand in conference and ultimately in the nation. In the nation.
Yes.
So currently unranked in all sports, but cross country team
did receive one vote.
Our dogs
last week for soccer.
Soccer did receive a vote
Monday. So check out Mondays when the new coaches poll comes out.
Yep, this is true. But a lot to show you today. I think we're at almost to an hour of an episode. Ooh, Andy Fessler is happy. I'm sure he is. Maybe cut this in half, and be like, and save it for have it not just be the appetizer or the entree, but the dessert. Have it all of it, right?
Or say,
split it up.
Say I'll listen to the cross country portion during breakfast.
Yeah.
I'll listen to the volleyball section during lunch, and then soccer.
There we go.
Dinner.
A lot to go over. Honestly, it's 2 episodes in one, but
sorry,
we're gearing up. We're just gearing up for October. It's going to be a blast. It's going to be tough. A lot of blood, sweat, and tears, and hopefully more things like this.
Nationals, baby.
Oh, this is exciting, Matt. I'm looking forward to it, dude. Ooh, but thank you guys for listening to us, making us part of your day. Like we said before, we appreciate you, all your love and support. Being able to listen to a long episode like this, give us feedback, give us love. We appreciate it. We adore you guys. Thank you so much. Make sure to follow us on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, wherever you listen to us. Continue to spread the love, share it, pass it on to others. Have people come. We had a great alumni homecoming weekend, Matt.
We had a fantastic weekend. We had almost 500 people combined on campus, which was
awesome,
exciting. And Shane, what do we have starting tonight again?
We have Discover Emmaus Weekend, Matt. It's going to be great. So
if you can't make it to this one, which registration's closed, so you're not going to make it to this one, come in the spring, in March.
So this is what, your 21st one?
Something like that, 20th, I think.
20th due for Matt.
And this is your 17th.
Give him an eagle or something.
And this is Shane's 17th.
So we've
been around for 37 Discover.
Don't say that.
It's crazy.
Don't say that. No, because we've overlapped. Come on, man.
Well, it's the same thing, but.
With that said, Matt, you got anything else to share?
Yep. Shane, it's a great day to be an Emmaus Eagle. PTN.